and reserves the right to disconnect any caller who infringes the law or offends the right of any person. The station will also refuse to take any call from any person who, in WinFM's considered opinion, is likely to expose the station to liability for statements made on the air.
Welcome to Island Tea with your faves. Keep it locked in with us for your daily dose of hot tea, only on Win Media 98.9.
Good morning, guys. Welcome to Island Tea right here on Win Media SKN. It's Friday, guys. It's the weekend, and yeah, really happy to be here with you guys, hanging out and chilling this morning. You here with me, your fave Azam, and of course, I'm joined today. Guess who's back? Back again. Jade Gwenadita CPL Matter Stuart Johnson is here with us this morning, guys.
I am.
She has decided to come in and hang out. Jade, the people thought you abandoned them, Jade.
No, like the little one was home, and it would be bad parenting to leave him home by himself because he's 4. So
Well, I told the people that you had a very good reason for not being here.
I did.
They didn't believe me.
Well, so I got something.
And the thing is, I try to be I try to exude
Honesty.
and elicit trust,
Mm.
listeners. But for some reason, they think I'm a bad guy.
I mean, I wonder why.
I don't know.
I wonder why.
It can't be the beard. I think the beard is very fatherly. People see the beard and they think, oh, I can trust that guy. No?
Really?
No?
This must be new. This has to be a new development.
I need to figure it out though, Jade. It's wreaking havoc in my love life.
You have a love life.
The lack of trust.
You have a love life.
But not really. It's been havocked.
Say something. Happens to the best of us.
Oh boy. But no, how you doing though, Jade? Like seriously, in your
I live. I have health, strength, wisdom, all them good things.
Jade, if I hear one
That's what it is, eh? So you have life.
Jade, if I hear one more cliche answer, give look.
So I'm fine.
You
I don't
can't-
look fine.
You can't be away for 14 days and then come back and just hit the listeners and the viewers
But who
with
was
I'm
over 14
with,
days?
with I'm fine. Look, I'm creating a narrative here.
'Cause I'm like 14.
Let me create
Sir, I am not Tim, okay?
Let me
I
cre-
am not Tim. Wrong 14.
Let me create my narrative in peace now.
No. That's not how it works here.
Okay, well I'm happy to hear that you're doing well.
Yeah, I would really like Darren to fix the camera though. Don't get accidented though. There we go.
Alright, but guys, stop the music as well.
Yes, so you can hear him nice and clear until our guest joins us via Zoom. But we are holding Darren hostage today.
Okay, that's what's going on. Well, let's welcome him in. You guys know usually today is the Caribbean link up. We don't have to find a name. The Darren link.
The Darren link up.
But good morning, Darren. How are you doing, sir?
Good morning, Jade and Azam. How are you all doing?
Well, I am doing well.
I am doing well as well.
Jade is trying to convince us that she is doing well as well. I don't know.
Well, if she's been out for 14 days, you said?
14
He's lying.
days.
He's lying, sir.
Okay, it was more like 2, but
One. Oh no, it was 2. It was.
Jade,
It was one,
it was 2, Jade.
It
It was 2.
What was it 2?
The one before, then you came back, then you went again.
Sir, I've been here till Wednesday. I wasn't here yesterday. There's only 5 days.
Jade, let me create my narrative, please.
Oh my God.
Anyway.
See what I have to deal with here? This unprofessionalism.
Yes.
Oh wait, I'm
So you go
checking.
sometimes. It be that way sometimes.
Yeah. I mean, you should know. You come from that kind of culture, so you know.
Yeah. I think it's unique to all of us.
Indeed. But Darren, how are things in Antigua?
Things are fine. I gave Jade the explanation of why I am where I am and not where I had hoped to be. I was supposed to do this link up from home like the last time.
All right.
But my landscapist and my dog have other plans.
Ah.
So of course the dog is barking at the landscapist and the landscapist has his equipment around the place. So it's kind of loud. So I'm trying to rush to the office in 8 o'clock traffic. So yeah, let's hope nobody in the police traffic department is paying attention. I actually have you on speaker, so there you go.
All right. Nice.
See, safe driving.
Nice.
Yes, I'm fine.
Law-abiding citizen.
As you should be.
I am a law-abiding citizen, and I have on my seatbelt and so on and so forth.
Darren,
But yes. Yeah, sorry, go ahead.
No, I just have a question for you, but you could finish what you were saying first.
No, what's happening in Antigua, minimum wage conversation. Minimum wage is now $9 an hour, and so there's reaction to that. Some folks say it's not enough. Members of the business community say it can cause problems in terms of unemployment, which is what business people all over the world say. Anytime there's an increase in minimum wage, anytime there's an increase, they suggest that labor will be affected in terms of hiring and so on. So that's part of the conversation. Our DPP is in legal hot water in Jamaica.
I saw.
Alleged impropriety involving the sale of properties some time ago. The leader of the United Progressive Party, Harold Lovell, has called for his resignation.
Of course.
You know, which doesn't come as a shock. let's see what else is making the news. I had everything all laid out, you know. All cruise ship arrivals have been picking up steam. So the cruise sector appears to be bubbling quite a bit. So people are happy about that because, of course, that creates opportunities for taxi drivers, tour operators, the vendors, etc. So I suspect the same is happening in St. Kitts because it's that time of year, getting into the winter season. Arrivals, of course, the airport are also picking up. And probably the biggest story, or the story that created the most waves in Antigua for the last 48 hours. You want to guess?
I know already.
Well, tell me, what is it?
Y'all getting Burna Boy.
Yes, Burna Boy.
And people upset, I don't know why.
There's a big debate on Facebook. You know, people are questioning, is the government having anything to do with it? Because, of course, elections are coming. Yeah. And so, you know, there's a suggestion that the Gaston Brown administration is behind it in some way, shape, or form. But he suggested no, private.
But question, if
go ahead.
How do they benefit if no one knows that they're involved?
I think, well, assuming that the government is not involved, which is what my understanding of the Prime Minister's contention is. Notice I'm choosing my words very carefully.
Right.
They wouldn't want to be seen to be involved because the criticism is going to come that you don't have money to pay for things that need to be paid for. Water is still a bit of a challenge.
Right.
People have not been paid. Liat workers haven't been paid.
Right.
Etc. Etc. How are you going to take up, you know, a set of money? Because I think he doesn't come cheap, from my understanding.
Right.
How is it going to take up this money to go bring Burna Boy here? No, the flip side of the argument is, hey, it's going to be popular, especially with young people who are big into Burna Boy. To be honest, a confession here. Music was playing. I think I was picking up my son. You know, I have more time now to pick up my boys now that I'm not doing, or drop off my boys. Now I'm not doing the radio thing in the morning, at least every morning, for now.
Right.
And so the song was playing, and I liked it. You know, it was, you know, clearly an Afrobeats tune. And I'm like, Aiden, who is this? He said, Burna Boy. I said, oh, okay. I mean, I like Afrobeats generally. Would I be able to tell you a song that Burna Boy sings? Probably not. You know.
You must have heard Last.
That's the one he was saying he liked.
Oh.
I suspect.
What's that? Sorry?
You must have heard Last.
I suspect that's the one you were listening to when your son gave you the heads up.
Maybe. But he said it without batting an eyelid. So obviously. So the point is, it's going to be popular. So one could argue that the government would want to say, hey, we're bringing Burna Boy here. Because
that's the point.
In Antigua, you know, how is it Dominica can get Burna Boy and we can't get him? So now we get him. There's a controversy. But who paying for him? And why should we be paying $500 for VIP and da-da-da-da-da? So, of course, there's a big debate.
Listen.
Social media went crazy, and a few folks made light of it, suggesting
that's insane to me.
All kinds of things are going to go on. All kinds of things are going to be done in order to find the money to go to a Burna Boy concert. I won't get into the things that will be done. This is a family show.
No. So, it is? It is.
But yes, that's in a nutshell what has been happening in Antigua Barbuda. Yeah, what about St. Kitts? How are things in St. Kitts?
You know, we chilling. We going through the motions of a new administration. A bunch of boards are being announced, and you know, there's mixed reviews on some of them. Some of them people really happy for. Some of them people are a little iffy about talks of nepotism and all of those good things. But you know, typical after a new administration changes for you to hear those kind of talks.
Of course. Before we, by the way, what time is our guest joining us?
It should have been at 8:05.
Oh, I see. All right. Punctuality is not this. Anyway, I'm assuming an explanation will be offered if it hasn't been already. Your Prime Minister, was in the news lately. Apparently, he was on a flight. I'm not sure if he was on his way to COP27 or wherever, but he would have been on a flight to London, and someone took ill, and he attended to them. I saw pictures.
Yes, well, he was actually on the way back to St. Kitts, and I think the person was actually flying to St. Kitts as well. And they, and they took ill, and he saved the day.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Great stuff. That's always good press.
Well, he's a doctor, so you know.
And he is a doctor, yes.
You know, the saying when, in the movies when they say if there's a doctor on board, well, it happened in real life, so.
Yeah, it was definitely like a movie. But I guess one of the other things that's being discussed and I guess celebrated by a big portion of the population is the announcement of a double salary being paid.
Yes.
Yes, on November 22nd, civil servants will receive an extra payment.
And, must be nice.
And so that is great for them. Not so much for me and Jade.
I mean,
but
I feel like we should be included in that because we're on here doing
the nation's work
every day. Every day.
I'm sure everybody in St. Kitts will come up with some justification as to why they should be included.
Yeah. As well as they also announced 3 VAT-free days where VAT would not be charged on purchases.
Okay.
So those are some
exciting things again.
Exciting things happening. Yesterday, actually, the Premier of Nevis, part of his press conference, announced an honorarium, a little token of appreciation for some of the frontline workers in Nevis. Who are on the front line during the pandemic.
COVID.
Yeah.
Which was kind of expected because St. Kitts announced one, so I feel like it would be kind of, strange for him not to as well.
Yeah. So I think they get $2,000.
That's good. I mean, the government would not have not offered that. I mean, that has become standard practice now for a number of years. Double salary and VAT-free days.
Right. So I think.
But it's usually in December.
Oh, okay. That's the difference. Okay. Yeah, November 22nd. Did they give an explanation as to why so early?
I don't know. Maybe they're gonna get a second one in December.
Oh dear. I doubt that. I don't know if there's any incentive. There's no election in the year, so
Yeah, but again, there are new administration, so that might be the incentive.
No, they already win.
That's true.
Okay.
No, they already
but
win.
what's the word on? I mean, I don't know if there have been any polls. Polling is not continuous like that in these small parts of the Caribbean. But has there been any feedback or reaction that you can gauge and say, hey, the government seems to be doing a good job. Most people seem to be, supportive of their initiatives and the transition, or has the criticism been vociferous, or
I think you can't. I think it's difficult to judge because there is what I would term as a lack of objectivity. So persons tend to view the comments kind of fall along party lines. If you're generally a supporter of the party, then everything they do is great. And if you're generally not a supporter, then everything they do is bad.
They don't start wrong. They don't
doing this. They don't doing that. And I think there's truth on both sides. I think the Prime Minister and the Cabinet had press conferences this past week. We just clocked the 100th day. And so
100 days already.
Yeah.
Okay.
So there were actually some updates as to what is being done in several sectors. So for sure there's definitely an attempt by the administration to let people know exactly, hey, this is what we've been doing, this is what we focus on. And so I do believe a lot of, and like I said, I think there's validity on both sides. So
what's your sense? I mean, you have a gauge or a view on how they have handled things so far? You give them, I don't know if you want to give them a grade. I mean, I know it's uncomfortable in your position to be seen, even if it's not your intention, to be seen to be in favor of or against. But Do you have a sense of, just generally how he's been getting on, Dr. Terence Drew, that is, and his government?
Well, I think I think Dr. Drew is. I mean, again, he's not only a first-time prime minister, but also a first-time parliamentarian, first-time cabinet member, and so I think he is getting. I think he's getting situated. One of the conversations I hear a lot is about the fact that there seems to be a lot of travel happening amongst the cabinet. A lot of the ministers tend to be are seen to be off island quite a bit, and the size of the contingents, that's been one of them. However, I think there has been a focus by the administration to address particular campaign promises. So there's things that they would have said on the campaign trail, and I think they've made it a point to really deliver on those that they could have delivered in the short term. And I think that's what the 100-day update was really about. Say, hey, these are the things that we promised during the campaign, and here it is. We have begun work. We have, for instance, just off the top of my head, they had spoken about, for instance, bringing down gas prices, and the honorarium that was paid, and a lot of things to do with the civil service in terms of things to do with the civil service, but in particular. So,
Okay.
and there's been a lot of focus on, for instance, female inclusion in certain key positions, whether it is in the National House, or, for instance, on some of the boards that Jade would have mentioned earlier. So there's definitely, I think, criticism to be had, but also they have been, I would say, working to ensure that some of the promises that they would have made during the campaign have been answered.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. That's fair enough. I mean, it would be a shock if criticism is not a part of the mix.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
how it is. That's par for the course. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think sometimes the criticism is unjust, and sometimes it goes overboard, because of the biasness.
Right.
But I think if you try to be as objective as you possibly can, then you could see where, hey, these are some areas that people are feeling a squeeze, and there's some areas where there's been some relief, and I think that's part of what it is. At the end of the day, people are looking to how does it feel like, and when I talk to people, they talk about how does it feel, and like, does it feel like things are getting easier? Is it better? Is it feel like the economy slowed down? And I think that changes depending on what your particular set of circumstances are, and so that's reflected in the comments of people. So yeah, criticism will always be there, and of course the politicians will always seek to ensure that you are aware of the work that they're doing, and so it's just that balance that's happening. It's been 100 days, pretty much. So yeah, we're gonna have to wait and see how some of these long-term strategies play out.
Okay, that's fine. Sounds fair. I think that's a fair. At least it gives me a sense of what's happening from that angle.
Yeah.
That thing. So yeah, of course the campaign continues here because we are just awaiting the announcement of the date of general elections. The billboards are going up. Very
Billboards.
large
The billboards start.
Yeah, man, the billboards have started.
That's a clear sign.
So in and of themselves, they have sparked a debate because people are saying, billboards are a waste of time now. Everybody has a cell phone. Just do everything, do everything paperless, and woodless. Because the criticism has been wood is being, material is being used to erect, in some cases, some very large billboards. And people are saying, well, they could have well used the material to build homes or to repair homes or to, help people who are in need, that sort of thing.
Right. They will. Once election is done, trust me, the boards will be used. So.
Well, I was told by the chairman of one of the parties that is the intention. When the election is finished, they're going to use it to, provide help or assistance for those who are in need.
If they can find them.
Yeah. So they say. So yeah. So that's what's happening. But yeah, we're waiting to see. I think the United Progressive Party had a rally last night. I didn't get a chance to follow it. I tried to go on Facebook to pay attention to what was being said, but there seemed to have been an issue with the Facebook feed. So I wasn't able to, get a sense of what was being discussed or get a sense of how large the meeting was. But I am aware that they had a meeting last night at the famous Tweets Corner. So there's no question election is in the air, or elections are in the air. And it's just a matter of when Prime Minister Brown decides that he's going to make the announcement. Speculation that it will be January. I don't think so. I'm still sticking with March. Either
Well,
February or March.
Think they're gonna run it down.
Yeah, I think they're going to run it down. I think he wants to try and get everything done. He wanted to fulfill the minimum wage promise. There's a discussion about LEAT workers and them getting an increase in terms of the amount that was pledged to them for severance, or at least an increased percentage of their severance. So I think he wants to, at least address that. Back pay for civil servants, an increase in pay for civil servants. He wants to address that so he can say, hey, I did this. Of course, the opposition is going to say you had 2 terms and you wait till the last minute for political purposes. So that shows that you don't have it together and you need to be tossed out.
Well, speaking of pending elections.
Yes?
yes,
Good
our
segue.
guest has joined us. Good morning. We have Honorable Cleone Stapleton-Simmons joining us from Nevis. Good morning. How are you?
Good morning, Jade. I'm doing great. Thanks. Good morning to the rest of the panel. I trust that everyone is doing wonderful this morning. It's Friday, so I'm quite happy that it's Friday. It's perhaps the best day of the week.
We can agree.
I'm inclined to agree with you. I'm ready to vote for you already. Just by saying that Friday is the best day of the week. Yeah. Can I just a little note? My grandfather on my mother's side is from Gingerland in Nevis, so I have a connection with Nevis. I think Jade and Azam have heard me say that from time to time. At least I think so. But I just thought I'd throw that one out there for good measure.
Darren, you cannot vote in St.
Darren, you're
I'm
getting.
I'm really happy that you did because perhaps we are cousins.
You never know. You never know. It's a small world.
Darren, looking at
Anyway,
ticket.
nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you guys too.
Darren, it sounds like you're trying to get a ticket to fly home to vote. You cannot.
Well, hey, I can get a passport. I've been told I've actually have a list of the things I need to do to get my passport. I've just been dragging my feet. What you see, I gotta come and get my passport, and I'm gonna show you all.
All right.
Yeah. Anyway.
Well,
so,
just before.
Yeah,
go ahead.
Sorry, go ahead.
Go ahead, Darren. Go ahead, Darren. Can I like your question?
I haven't asked it yet. for the benefit of those who are following in Antigua and elsewhere, because I'm sure Jade and Azam have the listeners all over, just to give us a sense of who you are, the party you represent, and your raison d'etre. Why are you in politics? I'm sure you get the question asked from time to time. Why politics? Why not, I don't know, something else? Because politics does come with a lot of responsibility and a lot of stress and expectation. Just a little background.
Yes, it does. So I am Cleon Stapleton-Simmons. I am the area representative or the parliamentary representative for Nevis 5, that is St. Thomas's Parish. And of course, I represent the Nevis Reformation Party. Now, just to give a bit of a history, Mr. Joseph Parry, former Premier of Nevis, he held the seat in the constituency of Nevis 5, St. Thomas's Parish, for over 30 years. And so he's my predecessor. I contested a by-election in 2020, March 2020, and I was successful. And so I am the present area representative for the Nevis Reformation Party for that particular constituency. As to why I entered into politics, this has been a lifelong dream for me. I have always been involved in the community. Actually, I've always been involved in politics since a very early age. I remember going to school at the Charleston Secondary School, and perhaps my friends can attest to this, where just being little children, even as early as first form, second form, we used to really rally behind NRP. At that time, the class was perhaps divided where we had persons, students whose parents represented CCM, and then a number of us represented NRP. And even from that time, we used to do like mock debates and put our arguments forward as to which party we think is better for governing Nevis. And so politics I always had an interest in politics. I've always had an interest in developing my country, developing my community, and I've always been active and engaging in doing so. In terms of my professional background, I was a teacher. I started out very early in my career as a teacher. I taught at the Charleston Primary School, then at the Charleston Secondary School, as well as the Nevis Sixth Form College. So I was a law teacher, a lecturer at the Nevis Sixth Form College before I departed the civil service, sorry, and then engaged into the private sector. I am an attorney by profession. Previously, not too recently, I was also a banker. I served as a compliance officer for both the Bank of Nevis Limited as well as the Bank of Nevis International. So that's just a snapshot as to who Cleon is. From a professional standpoint, I am also a mother, a wife. I have two wonderful little boys, ages 10 and 4. So yeah, that's me in a nutshell.
All right. Pleasure to meet you.
Thank you.
I know. I feel like I know her personally now.
Yeah, that was a pretty good snapshot. What are the philosophical differences between the Nevis Reformation Party and the name slips me. The other party that you're in Nevis?
Yeah, the present party is the Concerned Citizen Movement.
That's right.
So,
Concerned Citizen
yes.
Movement. Forgive me.
CCM.
Yes.
I think the philosophical difference really is NRP over the years has always been a visionary party, a party that focused on developing people. We believe that our human resource is the most important resource. And so once we invest in our people in a very meaningful way, you certainly will see returns. And so NRP, from since its inception 52 years ago, has always been about developing Nevis, pushing Nevis forward, ensuring that Nevis grow, not only in terms of its infrastructure, but in terms of its people, in terms of its policies, and in terms of its resources. And so NRP has a track record of bringing significant major development to the country of Nevis. NRP was instrumental in bringing Four Seasons, our #1 hotel, to Nevis in 1991. And so we can boast about that. NRP, through the guidance and leadership of Sir Dr. Simeon Daniel, one of our national heroes, he was instrumental in developing the offshore sector, the financial services sector here on Nevis, as well as the banking industry. And so my party has always been revolutionary. Now, if we compare that to the present party that's in government, I feel that they do some work because, of course, if you're elected to government, there are certain things that you have to do. But I do believe that over the years, that my conclusion or assessment, CCM has not really been as progressive in terms of pushing Nevis forward and bringing development, significant development to Nevis. We have not seen that. So I think that is the difference between the two parties. One, revolutionary, visionary. The other one, progressive to a certain extent, but just merely to get by.
Okay. All right. Fair enough. Thank you.
Well, we see a lot of times we ask politicians these type of questions and they come and give us very vague answers. What are some of the plans that you have for your constituency and for Nevis? Because recently we saw that there was a
demonstration.
Yeah. And some of the comments were that, we need more jobs and we need to push Nevis forward and all of these things, which is good because, of course, jobs are important to any economy. But how do you guys plan on actually putting these jobs in place, creating these jobs for people, making sure that Nevis moves forward in the way that you guys think it should be moving forward?
Yeah, I think that's a very good question, Jade. And I know from time to time politicians will give a political answer. But I am going to be very real with you because there's a real situation at hand and it has to be addressed. When we talk about jobs and reflecting on my constituency, St. Thomas's Parish has the highest rate of unemployment in the entire island of Nevis. It is an issue. It is not something that we can perhaps sweep under the rug and ignore. Of course, we are coming out of a pandemic. We are going into a recession by all accounts. And so the scarcity of jobs is an issue, and it perhaps would always be an issue. Now, the the role and the focus of NRP and the objective of NRP is really to create an environment, an economy that is really thriving. I believe once we have a stable economy, once people are able to get opportunities to work, then naturally, though, that avenue would open for people to be able to get jobs. Now, the plan for NRP really is to diversify the economy. We cannot do it any other way. Okay? I am not an expert on the economy. So, therefore, the first thing, and I have advocated for this on many forums, I believe that technical assistance is needed in order to guide us to be able to look at the economy from a realistic perspective and to focus on what areas of the economy that we need to drive. I believe we can start with looking at our construction and housing industry. But one of the challenges that we face as we speak about the economy is really we have created here in Nevis, the present government, a Napoleon taxation system where the economy is driven not necessarily on new revenue, but more so old revenue, taxing people to death. And that is something that we have come to the realization that it's not working. It's not working for the people. So, whilst I do accept that any government would have to implement taxes in order for the government to run and function, that should not be the primary focus. There needs to be other focus, so you have to find ways to diversify the economy. So we have been speaking about the creating the orange economy. I know perhaps you guys are quite aware of that because I know that is one of the agenda of the present administration in St. Kitts. And so the orange economy or the creative industry, I believe that is one of the ways where we can invest in that particular economy, put a legislative framework in place in order to deal with that. And then at the same time, we can have a diversification of the economy where you can use that particular industry in order to create jobs and provide opportunities for young people. I am big on small businesses as well. I have a small law firm here in Nevis, and I believe small businesses provide significant employment for persons. But of course, most small businesses on Nevis that they are struggling at this present moment. So I believe some economic stimulation to small businesses, tax relief, that can really help to push that small business, that creative industry that is so needed in order to help diversify the economy as well as to supplement our tourism sector.
Definitely, I think what we hear a lot of times is a lot of similar tropes, right? Where we say, hey, diversification, investment, tax relief, incentives, that type of thing. And a lot of times the question then it comes, well, how do we intend to implement these things? Because to implement is that something that NRP as part of their economic plan has really been able to dig into and answer that particular question?
But of course, and it all has to do with the framework. I mean, you cannot do anything without a structure being in place. Now, I am aware that some of the issues are really federal issues. When we talk about tax relief, the major issue affecting small businesses is really customs tariff. No, that is not a local issue, it's a federal issue. But I believe that the local government has a responsibility to make assessments, to make meaningful evaluation of your economy, and then to drive a particular agenda at the federal level. I do believe that we can reduce some of these taxes and still have a sustainable economy. And so that is the major issue, and that is actually the starting point. We have to look at our economic structure in a meaningful way. We have to look at our taxes. There is need for tax reform. Because at the end of the day, we want to create, that type of environment where you can give stimulus. The stimulus is needed. It's needed now. Okay. And we have seen, history has taught us that whenever you have economic stimulus or tax relief, for example, when we look at the property industry, and one of the things that I have been advocating for is a reduction in the stamp duty for property. It's at a whopping 10%. As a matter of fact, St. Kitts and Nevis is one of the highest in the Caribbean region, okay, next to St. Vincent when it comes to property tax. And so having the property tax at that particular high rate, and property tax, for those of you who don't know, it is the tax that you pay for land transaction, transfer of property. And it's a whopping 10%. So therefore, once you reduce that to perhaps about 6%, or perhaps if you were to take it away completely, it will actually boom the property and the construction market. And then you will see some level of stimulus, some level of activity and movement, and it would actually reduce inflation. At present, the cost of investing in property is just too high. And so you find a lot of the 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 strain is really put on the government to be the major provider or the primary provider of housing in St. Kitts and Nevis. And we are saying that is not working. It shouldn't be. The government responsibility is really to provide housing for those persons in the lower income bracket who really cannot afford a house. But at present, the government is providing housing for all category of persons, which means that the private sector, when it comes to investment in the property market, that they are suffering tremendously. And I know this because, this is what I do on a daily basis. I am a conveyancing attorney. And so I see where there has been a significant decline in the property industry, and it is causing inflation.
All right.
Darren, you look like you have a question.
Yeah, I'm hearing you. I'm listening to you very carefully, and I note that you've mentioned a few things as it relates to providing stimulus to the economy. One being the reduction, or I think you used the term elimination of the transfer taxes.
Well, I did say reduction, but I was hopeful, so I put elimination in the.
All right. And then you also spoke of stimulus, both of which it would have an impact on the finances of Nevis. So my question to you is that not a promise that is, not realistic? I mean, if you're going to eliminate a tax that does generate revenue, significant, well, I don't know if an assessment has been carried out, but the point is there are going to be negative financial implications for the finances of Nevis. Is that realistic? That's the question.
It's a very good question. And really, the model has been tested. Because if we were to compare that with the alien holding land license, Nevis took the initiative, the government took the initiative in early this year and late last year to reduce the alien holding license stamp duty from 10% to 5%. And when that was done, we saw a significant boom in the property market. And so, but the thing is that benefited foreigners who are invested in property. So we are saying, okay, if that works so well for the foreign investment and for people who are foreigners who are investing in property. If you were to try that with local people and reduce it, and that is why I said at first, reduce it. I was being a little overly ambitious by stating that it should be eliminated, but really you want to reduce it because when you look at the property industry across the scope, especially in Nevis, we have agents like Four Seasons Resort Estate, they pay stamp duty at 6%. The government housing and land corporation pays stamp duty at 6%. But ordinary citizens like myself, we have to pay property tax at 10%. The government had that initiative where for foreigners, the alien holding land license that was reduced from 10% to 5%. So we're saying, okay, give locals the opportunity. Let us look at this particular sector, this particular group of people, and let us reduce it from 10% to perhaps about a 5% so that we can have that boom, that movement in the property market. And I think if we saw it working and it was successful with the alien holding land license, there's no reason why it should be different when it comes to local investing, especially young people in buying property and things like that, because the people want to invest. Okay, whilst the economy is not at the state that we would like it to be. There are some persons who are working secured and comfortable jobs and who want the opportunity to be able to invest in land and property. And so we have to be able to give them that opportunity.
Okay. All
So
right.
I
Fair
hope
enough.
that answered your
Yeah.
question.
Yeah. It did. It did. What separates you from your opponent? And by the way, who is your opponent? While I'm at it.
I don't know.
Oh, you don't know.
But no, I'm
Okay.
just joking. My
Oh.
my my opponent recently, the CCM launched Miss Latoya Jones. She's
Mhm.
from the parish of St. Thomas's and the constituency. I know her pretty well. I think at the time when I taught at the Charleston Secondary School, she was a student. And so, yeah, that's who my opponent is.
So, and you don't want it to be a case of the student becoming greater than the teacher?
I don't think that would be the case here. I think you know the attribute that I have really is experience. And
Okay.
at the end of the day, I think experience is important. Experience in at a professional level as well as at a personal level. Um, I am an advocate. I am very passionate about building community. I see looking at the St. Thomas's parish in particular, it is a constituency that has been neglected by this present administration. Not just for now, this has happened over time for many years. I recall back in 1992 when the CCM first took office from the Nevis Reformation Party. The parish of St. Thomas's or the constituency of St. Thomas's was completely abandoned. And everyone who lived in that constituency knows this, okay? There were no infrastructure, no significant infrastructure development. Our roads were deplorable. Unemployment, of course, at that time was significantly high to a certain extent, despite us having the number one hotel in Nevis. And so it's a constituency that has been neglected for some time. In 2006, when NRP took office, that was really the first time that the constituency had a breather. A bit of life was injected into the constituency by the infrastructure development that took place during that time. We saw a number of major roads development in that area. We know the Dress Up's main road that was actually done under the Nevis Reformation Party, as well as the Cohons main road or the Cotton Ground main road, as well as the Barnescott road. So what Mr. Parry and his NRP administration did at that time was to link all of the different villages in the constituency of St. Thomas. And so there has been during that time when NRP was in government, significant development in the St. Thomas's constituency. However, since the CCM took office in 2013, the constituency has really been neglected. And so we are in a state of neglect and abandonment again. And this is the reason why we are saying that an NRP government can invest in my constituency, will invest in my constituency. And we have a proven track record that NRP invests from a holistic level, not just individual constituency, but NRP agenda really is to push Nevis forward. And so when we look at St. Thomas's really, if perhaps you don't know the particular constituency or area in Nevis, but it is really the hub of Nevis. When you're looking for the number one hotel, the finest restaurants, all of those are actually in that particular constituency. But when it comes to infrastructure development in that particular area, it has really been slow by this particular administration.
Well, well, since we see that you love your parish and you want the best for it and all of these great things as you should because you are their rep. Since taking office in 2020, what changes have you implemented in your parish? What new ideas have you implemented? How have you helped to push your parish forward?
That's a very good question, Jade. And I have done so much in the St. Thomas's area. As a matter of fact, we had a town hall meeting just last evening, and one of the comments from the audience was that Cleon, you in opposition have really done more in St. Thomas's than the actual government. And that is something that is not taken lightly. Since taking office in 2020, I have never stopped working in the constituency. I have been involved in one of the first things that I did was to set up a foundation that is called the Lowland Community Foundation. And that is a foundation because I saw the need where there needs to be a nexus between the community and the people. When I was growing up in St. Thomas's, we had a very, very close-knit community. I mean, the community was involved in every single aspect, social development, community development, sports. Sports was one of our big things. As a matter of fact, everyone from St. Thomas's can attest, and we are boastful people. So forgive me if I sound a bit boastful, Jade, but we used to dominate in every single sporting area. I mean, Pioneers cricket team from CG Rebels, those of you who perhaps involved in basketball, CG Rebels were the champions across Nevis, and we used to actually travel, the team used to travel to St. Kitts to play major games. And don't talk about football, Pioneer Football Club dominated. And so we had that very close community. And that was really the mission or the objective behind implementing or establishing the foundation, because we wanted to ensure that we have an avenue, or I had an avenue in order to assist people and to bring back that community spirit. I am focused on building communities. I think that is very, very important. We have to build families, we have to build communities, because that really is the strength. And by doing so, I believe we are going to significantly strengthen our most important resource, and that is our human resource. And so I implemented the foundation. The foundation has three aspects to it. The first being the education sector. And so through that foundation, we were able to establish the Morella Webb Scholarship. And that is really in honor of a young lady, Miss Morella Webb. She lost her life tragically in 2000, and I believe it was 2021. And, through gun violence, the vehicle she was traveling in was targeted, and so she lost her young life and left two very young children behind. And it really moved me because I knew Marilla personally and I knew her children, and so I wanted to ensure that her children had an avenue where they can have scholarships and where their education would be provided for. Jade, I lost my mother at 2 months. I don't know my mother, so I can relate to persons who, when they lose their mother at a very young age. I understand the struggle, so I wanted to make sure that there was something in place for young girls, especially who do not have their mother anymore. And so that was the spirit behind the Morella Webb Scholarship Fund. After we did that, we actually expanded the initiative to look at the business sector. And I firmly believe that you must teach people to fish, rather than just giving them fish. And so through the business initiative, we were able to assist a young barber, a young constituent from Barnesgot, in establishing a barber shop. And so we now have in Barnesgot the Cotton Line barbershop that was significantly sponsored through the Lowland Community Foundation. And of course, we have had a number of social activities. We did in 2021, November 2021, we did a moonlight walk in honor of um, some young ladies, a young student, Shante Claxon, who would have lost her life tragically at the St. Thomas's School. She was actually at that time a student of the Charleston Secondary School, and she was brutally murdered. And so we wanted to do something just to speak out against violence against women. And so we organized a candle vigil as well as a moonlight walk. And that was something that was really received by the community. And it is something that we look forward to doing. Of course, we continue the numerous assistance, food drive, giving people financial assistance. I have been assisting a number of persons in the community who have been struggling and who are unable to really live a normal life because of they lack food or because they are unable to pay utility bills. And so the foundation really is that avenue that provides that type of social assistance and economic assistance to persons. At present, we have a young leaders group in St. Thomas's, and that was recently established. And so the young leaders, their focus really is on community building, and we are trying to put a program in place that would really rejuvenate sports and social activities in that particular area. So we are now looking forward to rolling out our after school activity program. So I am very proud of the foundation. I'm very proud of the work that it has done over the past 2.5 years, to assist persons. And I just want to encourage everyone, Jade, if I may, if I am permitted to use this forum to encourage persons to collaborate with us and donate to the Lowland Community Foundation, because at the end of the day, that is how we are able to meet the needs of people in the St. Thomas's constituency.
All right. Appreciate that. I mean, you would have mentioned, the comment that was made last night about what you've been able to achieve in opposition versus what the government is being seen to do in that particular constituency. How do you think that resonates with persons even outside of the community? The reason I'm asking is I think it's been since 2013 that the NRP has been able to win a local election, and here it is that you're in opposition. You seem to be doing things for your particular constituency. How does you think other constituencies are looking at what you're able to achieve, and does that in some way play a part in the potential for NRP win in the upcoming elections?
I do think so. I believe so. I believe in action and not so much talking. I mean, a lot of times we hear a lot of chatter, but I believe that, actions speak louder than words. And so you have to perform, you have to help people, you have to help the grassroots people, you have to be able to touch people in a meaningful way and show that you are committed to building up people and building up communities and invest in people. Like I said, here in St. Kitts and Nevis, well, I don't know about St. Kitts, but I know for sure in Nevis, we don't have gold, we don't have a lot of natural resources. We don't have oil. We have geothermal, but that is yet to be explored. But one thing we do have is our people, and we must be able to invest in our people because that is our most
Hmm.
important resource. That's all we have. And so I believe firmly that we have, once you invest in people and you build them up and you give them opportunities and you show them love, that would help in order to build a better and stronger Nevis. It would have a trickle down effect at the end of the day. And so we look at sustainable plans, we look at sustainable development, we look at pushing Nevis forward for the long term.
Right. I mean, and I think persons. Well, let's say I didn't vote in Nevis, obviously,
But you
but
can't, but you know.
speaking to some of my friends and colleagues, a lot of them felt as though after the last election, the federal elections, that there was a sense of growth and momentum behind the NRP. As we move into this upcoming local election, the Nevis, what is the outlook of the party? Do you guys feel that you are positioned to gain more seats, perhaps even win the upcoming election? What is the feeling amongst the supporters and the leadership of the party?
Yes, as you correctly said, that after the last federal election, of course, my party was not successful, but there was some momentum, and we saw significant improvement in all of the constituencies. And so I believe that the country right now is ripe for a change. People are fed up. People are fed up of the government. People are fed up of the same old rhetoric, and so my party is capitalizing on that movement for change. And that has been our agenda, where we have been pushing that we need to take advantage of this opportunity in order to have a change of government so that we can take Nevis in a new direction. And that is the focus. We have been out there canvassing, talking to people, listening to their cries, provided solutions. We have been even providing solutions to the government and suggestions and recommendations. Of course, they have not been taken on board, but I believe NRP at this time, we are ready, we are committed, and we are really ready to take Nevis to a new level. And that is what is needed. I believe that we are capable, we are experienced, my colleagues and I, and under the guidance and the leadership of Dr. Janice Daniel, I believe that this is now is NRP time. And so we have been out there pushing that particular agenda, and the response has been great. Very, very good so far. As a matter of fact, a poll was done recently, and we have seen from the results of that poll that NRP is best positioned to win at least 3 to 4 seats in the upcoming local election. And that is what we are pushing hard for. I believe that change must come because Nevis cannot continue the way it is. People are suffering, and we definitely need a change and a new direction.
All right. Well, Darren, I mean, do you have any other questions for Honorable?
Well, yeah, I think I have two before I take my leave. I'm trying to see which one I want to ask first. Since we're talking,
Darren, be
since we're talking,
kind.
since we're asking or we're speaking about leadership, and you referenced your leader, Dr. Daniel. Um,
Yes.
I had the opportunity of interviewing her, and it was clear to me that she was clearly very knowledgeable. I mean, she's a doctor, well, PhD, right?
Yes,
Am I
PhD.
correct? Right,
Correct,
right.
yes.
So she's clearly someone of significant intellectual background and rigor. You don't get a PhD by being an intellectual slouch.
Hmm.
Mark Brantley, just a different personality. I mean, he tends to be, some might say, he's somewhat of a firebrand, very strong personality. Whereas your political leader, perhaps a little understated, not the same type of firebrand type of personality. They're two different personalities. Let me just put it that way.
Yes.
Am I fair in that? You would agree with
I
that? They're
think
two
you are
different
fair. Of course,
personalities.
they are different
Right.
personalities.
And so you know, I'm just wondering, to what extent do you think that the difference in the personalities might affect the NRP's chances of winning, or, gaining seats, or winning this election? To what extent do you think the personalities might have an impact? Because at the end of the day, people tend to vote in large part because of the personality or the attitude of the leader, whether they like the leader or not. Some people might think Mark Brantley is too much, whereas some folks might think your political leader is, she could use a little more, I don't know, something. So I'm just asking, to what extent do you think that that is going to play in the election?
Um, I'm not sure if it would have a significant impact. Of course, personalities are different. I'm not going to
Mm.
pretend the leader is
Yeah.
very reserved, but I do not think that her personality takes away from her ability to govern. She does have the experience listening to her. She does have the plans and the ideas, and I have every confidence in her ability to govern. Like I said, here in the Caribbean region, we tend to have a misconception where we believe personalities, we confuse personalities with ability. Okay,
Mm.
I can like a person. I believe the honorable premier that he is a social person. He's a
Mm.
likable person. But the
Mm.
issue that we are having, whilst we can tick a box to all of that, when it comes to performance and moving the country forward, we are not getting that. I mean, you can be likable, but if you can't govern, that does not help me. It does not really help the citizens of Nevis. So at the end of the day, we have to focus on what is quality. What do we need? Do we want somebody who we can have fun with and laugh and be humored by their antics and tactics? Or do we want someone who is committed and who is passionate and caring, and someone who understands that the grassroots people, okay, the people who need help the most, that we need to make an impact on their lives, that we need to push certain agenda, we need to push the country forward. And that is the issue, that is the question. I mean, we can have different personalities, and even though the leader may not be that person, she may not be a Matt Brantley, but she
Mm.
has people on her team who can definitely match the personality of Matt Brantley. And so, I am just saying
Like
that
you.
at the end of the day, we
Like
want
you.
the focus really to be on
Yeah.
the mission and the
Yeah.
goal and the
Mm.
action and the ambition, and really giving people in Nevis that opportunity to have a more comfortable life. That is the focus.
Let me just a part B to that question.
Yes.
If the Nevis Reformation Party is not successful in these upcoming elections, are you going to be putting yourself up for leadership of the NRP?
That is something that I have not considered yet, and so I don't have an answer for you at present.
Mm.
But certainly, we are not looking at any if at this point. This is really do or die for the Nevis Reformation Party, and so we are not even going down that road. We are confident that we can take this election and we can win it.
Okay, my second question now, that was just part two to the first. The second question, and don't worry, this one will be a little easier. I tried my best to be well behaved on the first one.
Yes.
There's a trip to Taiwan, right? If you could just tell us a little bit about the relationship with Taiwan, how you view Taiwan, and its relationship with St. Kitts Nevis, and particularly in the context of the current geopolitical situation. Nancy Pelosi, who just, indicated that she's going to be relinquishing her role as leadership of the Democrats in the House.
Yes.
She went to Taiwan, and essentially China was furious.
Yes.
um, China under Xi Jinping appears to be poised to essentially, take over Taiwan, essentially. So, against the backdrop of the geopolitical situation, where do you see the relationship with Taiwan as far as the development of Nevis and, of course, the Federation of St. Kitts Nevis is concerned?
Thank you so much, Darren. That is a very good question. And so, as everyone is aware, I was part of the Prime Minister's delegation on his state visit to Taiwan. I was very grateful for that opportunity and to be exposed at that particular level. So let me just use this forum and take this opportunity to thank the Honorable Prime Minister Minister, as well as Ambassador Lynn, for extending an invitation for me to be a part of that delegation as a opposition member of parliament. When I look at the relationship between Taiwan and St. Kitts and Nevis, it has been a very long-standing relationship spanning almost 40 years. And of course, both countries have mutual interests and have partnered and collaborated together on a number of projects, which has proven to be mutually beneficial to both St. Kitts and Nevis and Taiwan. And so from that experience, it really helped me to understand the importance of our intergovernment relationship. I think the Taiwanese government really have a genuine interest in St. Kitts and Nevis. Both countries are similar. I think our agenda and policies are very similar. And so the Taiwanese have really extended a olive branch to St. Kitts and Nevis, one which we have accepted, of course, with mutual interest and mutual benefit. Now, from my experience, one of the things that stood out on the trip really was the national health insurance.
Oh dear. Oh dear.
Seems like she's having some internet issues.
Oh man.
What? I'm not hearing you, Darren. I think you might be muted.
No, I was saying, I was wondering if it was me.
Oh, no. It does seem like she's having
man.
some technical issues. I was going to give it a second and see if she got back online. But,
Oh dear.
oh, we're just about to wrap up. But,
Yeah, I was really looking forward to hearing her answer about, well, finishing her answer to my question.
mm-hmm.
But, all right, these things happen. The vagaries of the internet.
Indeed.
Things we can't control.
Yeah.
They might say the CCM lack of the internet.
Let's sabotage the internet.
Sabotage.
Oh dear.
Yeah.
Man.
I hope I handled that. Jade, you knew what question I was going to ask? It sounded as though you knew what question I was going to ask.
No, I didn't. You are a wild card always, so I just sit back and enjoy the questions.
You know, is it like Darren behavior? Don't be too hard.
Oh, no. Listen, that's what we're here for, to ask the hard questions, because down here, cussing is saying that we're affiliated with the other party anyway, so you have to you have to ask the questions that you need to ask. Oh man, and we really hope that she would be able to get back, but it doesn't seem that way. But however, we promised that we will have a follow-up interview with her and other members of her party in the near future, because we know election is definitely around the corner.
I was curious to know when she thinks the election is going to be.
Yeah, man, I wanted to ask a question as well.
Mm-hmm. But time will tell. I think we are in the last stages.
Mm-hmm.
They think the election has to be called in Nevis by March 2023.
Mm-hmm.
So we have a few months. And like they're saying, things have begun to ramp up. You've been seeing town hall meetings. You've been seeing launch of candidates.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, the billboards as well.
Of course.
Even though that was one thing I realized in the last election here. The billboards weren't such a big issue. The federal election. I didn't see much in Nevis. I had to be going to Nevis regularly, and I was like, okay, where the billboards? Okay.
Well, you might start to see them now, more and more.
Who knows? We have to wait and see.
Mm-hmm.
But Darren, it's a pleasure. Yeah, it's a pleasure that you were able to come and hang out with us this morning, bro.
As him said to see you,
as always.
As him said to see you next week.
We'll see. I think it should happen, and hopefully very soon we'll be able to do this again, perhaps on a different platform.
All right.
We'll see. Hopefully, that would be nice. Would be nice. So we can have joint audiences again. I mean, I have a feeling that one or two of my friends are paying attention to the chat, because I would have just let them know, hey, I'm going to be on Win FM. Because of course, if they find out that I was on Win FM and they didn't know,
problems.
Yeah.
I'd be a future threat. My last interview apparently created quite a.
I saw. We were all over the news.
Really?
Yeah. Oh, I forget to send you. Sorry.
And we were just having a little chat.
Yes.
Yes.
Who did it rub the wrong way?
I'm sorry?
Who did it rub the wrong way?
The right people.
Love it. Love it.
The right people. The right people. So, but it is what it is. I said what I had to say, and I stand by what I said, and I'm moving on to the next. Life is about the future. I mean, you learn from the past, and you plan for the future, and you prepare for the future, and that's what I'm trying to do. And hopefully there will be that platform where we can engage once more and have joint audiences and perhaps spice things up a little bit, maybe invite reaction. I mean, we can all discuss it and decide, how we're going to develop it. But I'm looking forward to that because a lot of people look forward to Fridays when we are at the regional link.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. And we also look forward to it. And
it's not Friday without you.
Indeed, and not only you, but of course,
very kind.
but of course, even our friends in Antigua, the cousins. It was always good to get feedback and reactions from persons in the audience there, and so we'd love to keep in touch with that aspect. And of course, what happens in Antigua isn't far removed from what happens here in St. Kitts. It's always good to have those conversations, and I really do look forward to it. But appreciate it. What you got planned for the rest of the day? You're in a hammock somewhere with a Mai Tai or something?
Coconuts,
That would be lovely. However, I'm actually in my office at the moment.
Boo.
And I gave it a shaka. I think I gave it a shaka. Yeah. I'm actually in my office, as you might know, as soon as somebody just pushed my door. Yeah, so I'm actually in the office, and so I do have some work to do. I have to meet up with some clients, so it's going to be a very boring day. Not as exciting as sitting on the beach and having a Mai Tai, or a pina colada, or a coconut with something interesting inside. So it's going to be one of those days. Oh, hello.
Hi, Darren. I'm actually back. I forgot to put a disclaimer when I joined the show that I'm actually at work. So in Charlestown, internet between 8 and 10 a.m. can go at any time in Charlestown on any given day. So please forgive me. That's a typical problem for us.
I thought we had problems.
Well, that's interesting.
What can I say?
Between 8 and 10. Wow.
Yeah.
Well, we have to wrap up very soon, Honorable. So any last words for the listeners and viewers?
Of course. Thank you for the opportunity, Jade. So I just want to say to everyone and to all supporters of the Nevis Reformation Party, and even those of you who are on the fences, that I wish to take this opportunity to ask you, to beg you, and to plead with you to kindly give the Nevis Reformation Party your vote for the upcoming local elections. I believe that we have a comprehensive plan for development and for taking Nevis in a new direction. And so we want to be given that opportunity to really serve people and to help push Nevis forward. And so I just want to thank my constituents as always for their continued support and blessings, and I look forward to continue representing them after the upcoming local election. Thank you, Jade, and thank you to your co-host, Darren, and I don't remember the other gentleman's name, but I wish to thank all of you. Sorry?
His name is Azim.
Thank you so much. It was a pleasure for me to be on Morning Tea. I really enjoyed your company. And, I welcome the invitation in the not too distant future again. Thank you so much.
Right. Best wishes to you and success. Best wishes to you in the election.
Thank you so much.
Okay. Okay.
Yes.
You're welcome.
All right. Bye, guys.
Thank you, guys.
Bye.
All right, Jade, Azam, have a wonderful day. What are y'all going to do, by the way?
I am going to.
What I'm sorry.
I'm just going to do work.
Okay. And Azam, are you going to be doing the Mai Tai thing?
Well, I'm thinking lemon water is more what I'll be getting into, but that's gonna be a very specific time when I have about 5 minutes between 2:30 and 2:35, and then I'll get back to work.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Why lemon water?
Because I don't drink.
Oh, you don't drink?
I don't drink
You
alcohol,
drink?
no.
Oh, you don't?
Have you met me? I can't be running around without control.
We don't want to drug as him.
Oh.
You know, if this is
Well, you
sober
like
as him,
it?
I don't know if you want to deal with
No.
intoxicated as him.
Oh, I see. All right. So you know your kryptonite and you stay away.
Indeed.
Okay. Well, I don't think I have to ask Jade anything about alcohol. 'Cause I
Listen.
think I've seen her post on social media. Yeah. So there you are.
Wow.
Well, it's public. I mean, I'm not.
No, it's fine. They know me. They know me as well. I enjoy a cocktail or two.
Or two, yes. Anyway, you have a good one.
All right, Darren, you take care of yourself,
Much
bro.
love to everyone in St. Kitts, and we'll be in touch.
For sure.
All right. Have a great weekend, and hopefully we'll do this again next week, Lord willing.
Indeed.
All right, man. Take care.
Bye bye.
Jade, why you doing putting all the business on for street?
I try to figure it out myself.
You know,
I feel that way.
You know, everybody going looking for your social media now.
It's a good to get me name.
But yeah, I always enjoy when we link up, and you know, again, thanks to the minister and representative for coming and hanging out with us this morning.
Indeed.
As we kind of move closer to the Nevis Island elections, it would be good for us to, like you said, continue to kind of get to know the candidates. As much as we don't vote in Nevis, it still plays a big part in what happens federally, and of course, you can't really escape it. You know, we all connected.
Yes, and our platform is built for all. So,
Don't tell them that, yeah.
why?
Cause they feel like watch it. One day we for one party, but the next day
But
we for the next
can't
party.
make it,
No, we ain't care. But I just saying it's interesting.
Nobody without the real name on Facebook could talk to me crazy.
We tell you about this, yeah.
Cause y'all is scaring nobody.
But I always wonder
Go
about that.
hug a tree, go touch some grass, but don't bring it here cause we don't care.
I always wonder about that. Like when people like they don't even have the confidence to stand behind the comments.
No, they're just coming out here with fake.
But then keep making them.
Come on. Please, be for real. Anyway, we have a very special interview coming up next. So we are going to take a very short break and jump right back into that. Stick and stay, guys. We'll be right back with more Island Tea on Win Media SKN.
Triple that cash back. From now until December 31st, Hosford's Furniture and Appliances in Ashley Furniture Home Store is going to triple that cash back.
Triple that cash back.
You heard right. Hosford's is going to triple that never-ending cash back now with 3 big ways to save. 1. Get low monthly and weekly payments and no payment until February 2023. 2. Get a chance to win absolutely free groceries for 1 year. 3. Triple that never-ending cashback at Hosford's Furniture and Appliances in Ashley Furniture Home Store for even more groceries. Triple that cashback today at Hosford. Triple the savings. Triple the free groceries. Triple the extraordinary. Triple that never-ending cashback today. See store for details.
Maybe it's the way the brilliant gold liquid reflects our sunshine, or how the bright blue of its label mirrors the clear Caribbean skies overhead. Maybe it's the fresh, crisp taste of this beastly cold beer on a scorching hot day. Maybe it's even the way it brings us all together. But one thing is for sure, Carib is very much a part of who we are wherever we're from in the Caribbean. Carib. It's the way we play. Drink responsibly.
Hey guys, welcome back to Island Tea right here on Win Media SKN. It's Friday. And it's a party in here today, Jade. How can people coming to pass through and hang out with us, man?
Yes,
But
indeed.
in studio with us today, we have a friend of the show. He's been here before. Mr. David from Advanced Building Maintenance Systems. David, good morning. How are you doing, sir?
Yeah, good morning to you guys and to all your radio listeners out there, those on the internet. I just want to say good morning. And as you said, it's Friday. It's about the season now. It's about time. Carnival is in the air. Christmas is in the air. So it's a party every day, right?
Yeah, for sure. For sure. I could imagine that that this particular time, there are a lot of people who could benefit from what it is that you guys have on offer.
Oh, definitely. And that's why I said, let me come on to the radio today because I know some of your listeners, or most of your listeners, would be interested in what we have to offer. So I want to get right into it. It's been an interesting time for us, as I said. Just this week, we were happy to welcome Minister Duggins and his PS Taylor from the Ministry of Entrepreneurship. They came along with a team from the SBDC and they visited our store. They offered some words of congratulations and encouragement, and we were able to bounce some ideas. It was a short discussion, but at least it set the foundation for further discussions, in terms of what the ministry is trying to do and what me as a small business, along with other small businesses, are trying to do. So that was really good. As you know, we started our store. We opened the store in May. We're selling commercial cleaning items and also household cleaning items. We started out as a cleaning company, and we thought that it was important then, the natural progression of things, so start to offer the same solutions that we were using to the wider public, because we can't go into everybody's house and clean. Some persons want to do it themselves, so we started to bring in the products then and offer it for retail to the general public, and it has been good.
Nice.
I can't say anything else, but it has been good.
Support from the public and other people in the
and other person, yeah. And one of my biggest group that buy from me is persons who are also in the cleaning business. Yeah. And when they come, it's always an interaction. They not just come and pick up something on the shelf and come to the cashier and leave. We actually have conversations like, I was cleaning this area the other day, and this is what I see, and what you think we could do for that. So I have been learning in the process while I am sharing the knowledge that I would have gained over the years. So it has been beneficial to everyone so far as I can see. As you know, the store is located in the industrial site. The road that ends between TDC Home and Building and the daycare center, right down at the end of that road, that's where the store is located. Some people find it's a little difficult to get up there. They don't have transportation and what's not. So about 2 months ago, we started this venture where every Saturday morning from 6 to 12, we go into the public market. The people at the market, the manager at the market was kind enough to allow us to get a few of the stores in there, so we actually sell there. And that has been another big plus for us. Because, Saturday morning, everybody's going to the market. While you go to pick up your fruits and vegetables, you still end up seeing a cleaning item that, wow, I could use this to clean my stove, or I could use this to clean my fridge, and so forth. So that has been working well for us too. So
nice.
I can honestly say that there are some businesses around town that need your assistance. We spoke about it yesterday, that how Bastia especially is starting to smell awful.
Yeah.
Putting it lightly. So I'm pretty sure there are plenty businesses that you should visit, or they should hit you up.
Check you.
Yeah, because they need your help.
And that's something that we see. The building maintenance is something that's very important. One of the sayings that I use is that, you spend $30,000 and you buy a car, and every 3 months you're going to service your car because you want it to last.
Mm-hmm. Right.
But then you invest $500,000, $1 million into a building, and you don't service it at all. Or the only time you look at it to power wash or to fix mold or whatever is when it's gone so far that persons are now getting sick. And then you end up spending a lot more to do the repairs than you would have spent if you were doing regular maintenance. And that is where we come in as a building maintenance company. So, yeah, we're reaching out to persons and, they're looking at their pocket. But in the age we're living in now, we're no longer persons were saying, when one of your workers is always out, you say that person is sickly. Now persons are a bit more wise now. So when they're sick all the time, they go to the doctor, and then you hear the doctor say, well, it's mold. Maybe the carpet has some kind of dust that's not being cleaned properly, and those things there. So building maintenance is very important, especially if you have persons, whether it be customers or employees, coming into your building. You really need to make that extra effort to ensure that everything is working as it should. Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah, so in addition to going to the market, on a day like today, where the SBDC along with the Ministry of Entrepreneurship, they are doing a display in the Independence Square today from 12 to 7 p.m., where small businesses can come and display their items, who have stuff to sell, who have foods to they created thing. We are going to be there also. So for persons who can't make it to the office, to the store in Ponds Industrial Side, or persons who may not be able to come to the market tomorrow, you have an opportunity to meet us today at Independence Square. We'll be there from 12 to 7. So if you're interested in having your home clean, this is Christmas time. You know, you want your curtains clean, you want your chairs clean. Right. Not everybody can do like maybe Azim or Jade and buy a new couch for Christmas.
Like who and who?
We don't get a double in here, you know.
No, wrong station.
We don't get a double in here, brother.
Yeah, so persons who want to just clean the furniture that they bought last year as opposed to replacing it, right, you can come to the market. You have the Oxy cleaners for upholstery. We have Barkeeper's Friend, which is an amazing product. You could use it to clean your bathrooms, your toilets, your kitchen sinks. Persons even use it to clean their pots and pans to get the shine what it used to have before. So if you're interested in doing it yourself, getting some of the latest solutions that are safe and environmentally friendly, you can visit us at the Independence Square today from 12 to 7 p.m.
Okay, well, lovely. I think that you know, people are going to be in town today. Take a pass to the square, guys, and hit up David and his team and see exactly what it is they have on offer. I'm sure this particular time of year, people are already thinking about.
This is cleaning time.
This is cleaning time.
and based on that, we are also offering a special promotion for Christmas, where, as I said, not only do we sell the cleaning items, we started off doing cleaning. Mm-hmm. Right. So we are offering our cleaning services this season from now until the 3rd of January next year, where we're offering 20% off our services.
What?
Yeah, so when we talk about services, not the commercial cleaning, your office will still need to clean and you'll pay the regular price, but for residential customers who want power wash done, they want their chairs cleaned, you know, you have those little area rugs, you want the area rugs cleaned, and general house cleaning, we are doing a 20% discount on our regular prices. The chair cleaning, we normally start at $300, but that's, of course, is going to be based on the size of your chair, because, you know, some persons have some really huge chairs, some persons have smaller chairs, so we're starting at around $300. That's before the 20% discount. Okay. So you're going to end up paying like $240 to get your chairs clean. Same thing for the area rugs, we start at around $200. When you get your 20% off, you pay, $160, something if my maths are right. So what we always do, though, we want to see the item, because we don't want to, you call me on the phone and say, hey, my chair is dirty like this, and I give you a price, and then when I come, I see you have coffee stains, and you were drinking wine last night, you threw on the wine in the chair, and it takes a little bit more to clean those type of stains. So we like to come and see your place, see what it is that you want us to do, so we could have a conversation with you, and we are all clear in terms of what your expectations are, and we tell you what we can do for you. And then once you're comfortable with the price, we move on. But we are offering a 20% discount to all residential customers on their regular cleaning, because, as we say, cleaning looks good on you. Just try it out and see.
Yeah, I'm definitely thinking about getting some of the sanitization stuff that you have. Yeah. As you mentioned, it is December time, and you know December time is deep cleaning time. Deep cleaning time.
We also have a fabric odor eliminator, ZEP, that it's used. It's been very, very good to us. And how you do it, you could spray it in your curtains, you spray it in your chairs. And the amazing thing with it is how long it lasts, so that whenever the wind blows through your house, blows through your window, and your curtains start to move, it just puts the fragrance back inside the house. So
you want to bring that on with you?
No, I don't have any with
me. Anyway, well, I have your card.
Yes.
I went to play fast and buy a white area rug. Me no tell me that deal.
Oh, yeah, those are trouble.
Yeah, me know, my name was thinking.
Yeah.
I was thinking, they had a sale at Amazon, yeah.
Look at you now, we have problems.
Look at me now, problems. But now I got David to come start talking to
me. We don't mind when our customers buy these things, because it gives us work to do. So, yeah.
Because you already know what's going to happen.
Yeah, and you have to know, cleaning is not just you just come and you just put the same solutions, because everybody's house is different. The type of soil you have, the type of dirt you have is different. So sometimes you need an alkaline-based cleaner, you need an acidic-based cleaner. So you actually have to know what you're doing when you're doing it, because you might end up ruining your fabric or your furniture or whatever. So I always encourage persons speak to the expert, get somebody who knows what they're doing, and the information is out there. If you just jump on Google and look at some of the things that are available and what you can do, it's right out there for you. So we encourage persons to get the knowledge. If you have any questions, you feel free to ask us, because we are not afraid of telling you what we know or sharing with you what we know. Yeah,
as a matter of fact, speaking of sharing, someone is actually asking if there's been any consideration for the business operating in Nevis, even doing the some display at the market. So do you guys offer your services in Nevis?
Well, that is something that we're definitely willing to do, to go over to Nevis, but we'll have to organize that for us to go over to Nevis on a specific day, market day, and display our stuff. But as it is, we do have operations in Nevis where we do power washing in Nevis, we do cleaning, we have staff in Nevis who do regular commercial cleaning. So I'm in Nevis nearly every week, sometimes twice a week, because it's one federation, and some of the customers we deal with here have offices and buildings in Nevis that we make sure we service. So it's one federation, and as it is right now with the fast ferries and so that's running there, going to Nevis in the morning and spending 2 hours and coming back over is very simple. It costs you $60. But
you get to Nevis quicker than you get to some places in St. Kitts.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, well, that's awesome that you guys are offering those services. And you're saying that this 20% discount on residential properties, it lasts until you're saying the 3rd of January.
The 3rd of January. So we want to make, some persons might not make it for Christmas, so but especially the power washing, during Carnival, you have all these persons who we expect to be coming for this season. Carnival this year, Carnival 51 is going to be expected to be one of the biggest carnivals, because we were caged in for 2 years, so we're going to have all these persons coming in. And when you come in, it's important, you have family, friends come over, you want to make sure your place is clean. The outside you land in is power washed, the place looks fresh and nice, and you're ready to host your friends, host your family. So yeah. We also want to let persons know, check out our social media page, because come December, the 1st of December, we're going to be doing a promotion where persons can win one free service, no charge of win a free service, or you can win a basket of goodies where we put some goodies together from the store, stuff that you could use to clean your space. So we'll be doing that.
On your page right now.
The Facebook page is Advanced Building Maintenance Systems. So you could jump there. We also have our website, which is abmsystemskb.com. You'll also find a link on our Facebook page where it's abmsystemskb.com. And you'll see some of the things that we have to offer.
All right. Awesome. Well, I mean, persons I know, don't go cut me. Anyway.
Can you think I want something in your basket?
But I mean, it's been a real pleasure talking to you, David.
Yeah, thanks so much. And as I say, a friend of the station, this station always is willing to allow me to come on here and share my information, share my news, and it's one of the stations that I listen to a lot in the morning too. So I get involved and I'm making noise the same way when you guys are talking. I am talking to, except I'm not on air, but I'm sharing my views. And I guess it's better I'm not on here, because some of the things I say might not be appropriate for being on the radio. So,
but we know you're a big sipper long time, and we appreciate the support, bro.
Yeah, so thanks a lot for having me on, guys, and looking forward to seeing you guys, the public, out at the Independence Square today, not only to support myself, but to support all the other small local businesses here, because I think small business is the future of St. Kitts and Nevis. We really have to diversify the economy a little bit. And we have so many persons out there with so much ideas, and not just the ideas. Everyone you see at the market, at the square today, is persons who have put a lot into what they're doing. They put their heart and their soul into it, and not just that, some persons have invested their own personal savings to see their dream flourish. And we encourage you to come out and support. Come and spend a little, even if you spend $10, $5, that would be helpful to whoever the small business is. So we're looking forward to your support, the support of everybody today.
For sure. All right, David, thank you so much. And see you a little later in the square, bro.
Yeah, thank you, man. Okay then.
Guys, we're going to take a short break and be right back with more Island Tea. Stick and stay, guys. Don't go anywhere.
is celebrating 70 years. Can you believe it? Everyone loves a Shirley biscuit, known for its rich, creamy taste, as well as the iconic house and flower design. We all know Shirley is the perfect on-the-go snack, and it's truly the Caribbean's favorite. Simply put, there's nothing quite like a Shirley biscuit. I can't imagine life without it. I too love my Shirley.
It's the Caribbean flavor. Shirley biscuits make me happy.
When the star them there, we are top man, we take charge. Magnum we drink and we are shell down us. Blast like a star in some Galapagos. Overdo it, we take it too far. Take charge, take charge.
We are hot gal, we set the trend. Magnum we drink for the top man then. Wine with the style, no stop from spin. Hot blend, back bend, and take charge, take charge.
Magnum tonic wine for the real star them. Take charge, take charge. Must be 18 or older, drink responsibly.
Hey guys, welcome back to Island Tea right here on Win Media SKN. It's Friday, November 18th, guys. Getting ready for the weekend. And what better way, Jade? What better way to get ready for the weekend?
Than to celebrate with Digicel.
With Digicel. We have some friends from Digicel right here in the studio with us. Allow them to introduce themselves. Good morning, ladies.
Good morning. Good morning.
My name is Jacinthia Teixeira from Digicel.
And I'm Jody and Laws from Digicel.
And guess what? It's the given with Digicel. Customers can look forward to more data, more minutes, more rewards, and prizes with Pick and Win in the My Digicel app, more savings on with massive discounts on handsets, packed with goodies and SIM cards in the retail store.
Yes, guys. So we will continue the 5 times data promotion on the 7, 14, and 30-day Prime bundles until January 3rd, 2023. So if it's a 7-day Prime bundle, you don't get 10 gigs of data, but you get 50 gigs of data. What can you do with that much data, right, guys? The switch offer continues for customers. When they switch, they purchase the DL4 for $99 until December 31st, 2022. The SIM offer still stands. You purchase a SIM for $10 and you receive a 3-day Prime plan with 10 gigs of data. You can sign up for a postpaid account and you get the chance to purchase a Samsung A03 for $399 instead of $699 until January 7th, 2023. So you save $300 if you sign up on a postpaid account, and you can get to purchase a Samsung A03 for $399.
A whole phone for that?
Yes,
a whole phone. A whole phone.
Okay.
You was trying to look at Tishan just now, innit?
Yeah, I was
Stick to your roots. We love the Jamaican. So guys, just to go over some of what Jody said, yes, we are continuing the 5 times the data. Customers are, wondering 5 times the data. What can I do with 5 times the data? And, sometimes the maths is confusing them. They don't always know how much the gigabytes they're getting with the plans. So with the 7-day plan, when you activate the 7-day plan, for only $25. And it comes with 10 gigabytes of data. Let's do the math, guys. You get 50 gigabytes of data.
Okay.
And it comes with special gigabytes for social media.
What? So the 50 ain't just 50 off the top?
Ain't just 50 off the top. It's social media, it's Facebook, it's those 2 hours you spend scrolling through Instagram.
What about TikTok?
It's TikTok, girl.
That
Got you in a chokehold.
That's your data killer?
Data killer. Don't talk about little kids.
Oh.
Your children, your niece, your nephew, your neighbor's kids, just let me see your phone. And the first thing that you have TikTok, and they're on TikTok, and then when you look, they're downloading all kind of different apps on your phone. There is data for that, guys. So it pays, and it gives you greater value and more rewards with the savings. All right, guys. Additionally, let's talk a little bit about the switch offer. I want to reiterate, when you switch from the other guys, you get the other guys.
The other guys.
The other guys. You get the first month of your service for free. You know, we're saying, you're switching, you're taking a chance with us. You want the more value, you want the more rewards. Let us give you the first month for free. So you have 30 days to feel it out. To say, okay, cool. All right, I'm talking on the phone for 3 hours. I still have minutes. My child on YouTube for 10 hours. I still have data. SMS coming. Yes. Digicel, it's where it's at. And then we give you a second part of the offer where we said, you know what? For the next 6 months, we still want you to try it out. Don't pay the $90. Don't pay the $130. How about $50 for each month?
What?
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Just 50?
$50. Guys, so when you switch from the other guys, and you come on over to the good people over here at Digicel where we have betterness, togetherness. You get the first month of your service for free, and then you pay $50 for the next 6 months. All right, guys. Jody had mentioned a Samsung A03. So we postpaid customers are always like, prepaid getting everything. No, that's not true.
It's true. No?
No.
So what are they getting? What are we getting?
Prepaid will get a Samsung A03 for the value of $399. That's less than the original. That's $300 less than the original value at $699 when you sign up for a postpaid account.
Wow.
And it doesn't necessarily mean get a new number. You can change your prepaid plan to a postpaid plan.
Look at all.
And you still get the savings.
And you still savings rewards.
Look at all.
Boom bam.
All right, and then we have SIM cards. So if you're not wanting your SIM card, maybe your child just gone to high school, or you have family members coming in, or you just want a second SIM card because you have a small business, Digicel is where it's at. You get a SIM card for $10, and it comes with a 3-day plan with 10 gigabytes of data. And currently, when you purchase that SIM card and you get the 3 days with 10 gigabytes and you activate another 3-day plan, guess what? You qualify for our Christmas offer. Because when you, let me just pull up my notes and make sure I have everything in order. I don't want to misinform the people,
As you should.
As I should. When you activate a 3-day plan and up, and you stay on that activation, you continually activate those plans throughout the month, you qualify for, let me just pull up the information real quick. You qualify to enter our grand prize.
Of?
Guys,
now what's the grand prize, right?
Drum roll, guys. So you and a friend
a
friend of your choice, a friend, a boyfriend, a mother, a father, a child maybe, get to get an all expenses paid trip to Miami. Woo! Yes, guys.
As in going to Miami?
Yeah.
Okay, just checking.
So if you win, as in when you go. So both of you guys going to Miami,
course.
All expenses paid.
We gotta do the show from there.
Yeah, man. This is modern times. You guys can from a nice luxury hotel with all expenses paid. You go down to get your breakfast in the morning, and then while you're doing the show, you're eating your nice hotel breakfast from a nice comfortable hotel.
Girl,
I'm just sipping tea from the lounge.
Yes. So guys, also over there in Nevis, for our Nevis customers, when you sign up for an H&E bundle, get the first month free and 50% off the next 3 months. Once you pay your H&E bill in full and on time,
of course,
you get a chance to win 50% cash back on your next bill until January 7th, 2023. Right, guys, over there in Nevis? So sign up for that H&E package and you get 50% off the next 3 months. And when you do that and you pay in full and on time, you get a chance to win 50% cash back on your next bill. This offer goes up until January 7th, 2023. Also for our Nevis customers, when you bundle your home and entertainment, you receive a tablet A8 and this offer goes up until January 7th. So guys in Nevis, all the other offers that I mentioned, that's the switch offer, the SIM card offer, the postpaid offer, you get 5 times the data, you get all of that. But Nevis always gets a bonus because Nevis is nice. They have the H&E package over there.
Right.
So let me just reiterate. When you sign up for the H&E bundle, you get the first month free and 50% off the next 3 months.
Ooh.
Right? And when you pay that bill in full, and most importantly, on time, you get a chance to win 50% cash back on your next bill. And that offer is up until January 7th, 2023. You think I got everything covered, Jody?
Well, wait, no. I think you missed something,
You missed something.
Because I hear you say that free tablet in this for the Nevis people, too,
Oh, free tablet. Yes. For our Nevis... I thought you already had plans over Nevis. Sorry. For our Nevis customers, when you bundle your home and internet, you receive a tablet A8, and this offer is goes up until January 7th, 2023.
Awesome. There's something for everybody.
Something for everybody. Something for the postpaid. Something for the prepaid. Something for the switchers. Something for everybody.
Something for Nevis.
Something for St. Kitts, something for Nevis. Well, a lot for St. Kitts and even more for Nevis. Let's say it that way. Yes.
And there's a lot more, especially for the persons who want to switch and they want to do a family package. They want the mother and the sister and the brother and the daughter or the niece and nephew to go on the plan. When they switch and they sign up for a family plan, for only $300, they get one free Samsung A03. So they get a free phone when they sign up for the family plan. For just $300, they get one free Samsung A03. So on the family plan, they can connect up to 3 lines. So their line and 3 other persons. So you get 4 lines, including yourself, right?
Wow.
You get international minutes and local minutes plus data and data for social apps. So that's a win-win for everybody.
It's only $300 to split between 4 people.
Yeah. This offer is for new postpaid customers and anybody who wants to switch. They switch from the other guys, as Jacintia said. Switch from the other guys and come over to the bigger, better network with all this togetherness. We all love and live for. Yeah. Niceness, enough niceness.
That you sounding like to me.
Listen, if I wasn't already a part of Digicel, I would have switched to them.
Right? What you guys waiting on, right? Come over to the bigger, better network. Right? Come over. All this niceness.
All this niceness, yes. But guys, what's happening over? What happening here on the camera? What goes in here?
The camera switch.
That's Santa Claus.
The camera, the switching and the side,
It moved. That was happening. It moved.
Too much excitement in the room.
Yeah.
It's been shifted.
It's the spirit of Christmas.
They come here, all the switching talk, and decide to switch too.
Understand.
But guys, just before we wrap up, because we have a few more minutes, reiterate to the people all the good things happening at Digicel.
Jody?
Biggest thing, the grand prize. who don't want a trip for two to Miami. You can bring a friend, as Jacinta said, your significant other, your parents, your mother, your father, your brother or your sister, your best friend, but everybody wants a vacation. You don't be a staycation, you get to vacation because you get to fly out. Once you activate a 3-day Prime bundle or higher and you stay on that plan, you get the chance to win an all expense paid for 2 to Miami. Niceness. Right?
Me wish me could have qualified for that.
Sorry.
Well, if anybody listening and you happen to win and you are indecisive about who to carry, I'm always a good option.
See, you still could benefit.
I still could benefit in some way. But guys, make sure that you take advantage of all that Digicel has to offer. We have set ourselves up to make sure that our customers come first. Their value, choices, rewards, savings over here at Digicel.
So you can visit our retail store on 4th Street for more information, or a retail store on Main Street in Charlestown. For Nevis people, run to Digicel right now so you can reap the benefits of all these offers. Because who won't miss out on all of this niceness? Nobody, right?
Nobody at all.
But there's just so much on offer, guys. Is there any way that people could keep up with the offers that you guys have? Is there on your social media?
Most definitely. We will be posting today on Instagram, Facebook. We also created a TikTok page, so look out for that. You guys gonna see me dancing and the whole. Yeah, man, I'm ready for TikTok. Yes.
You could also visit the website, guys. Always go to the website, and if you want more information, write to the retail stores.
Awesome.
Our retail staff is equipped with all the information for all of your questions. And how can I forget? Download the My Digicel app. All the offers are in there. That is an easy and simplistic way to activate your plans and pay your bills. And the carousel in there have all the information, so you just swipe through and read. Yeah, everything is there for you.
And the pick and win, Jacinta, the pick and win.
Pick and win, guys.
Thousands of prizes to win from.
Grocery
Weekly
vouchers.
Yeah, everything.
KFC vouchers, Rituals vouchers.
Sellers.
$100 in Rituals vouchers.
Sellers,
And this is not like Rituals coffee alone. You could go sushi, pizza bar. Yeah, man. We got it covered in a.
We're doing it.
Yes.
You're not hungry, though.
The Christmas that keeps on giving.
Well, guys, appreciate you taking the time out to come and hang out with us and let us know all the great things that are on offer at Digicel. I know the sippers are quite excited. Well, I don't know about the other guys, but I could bet you the sippers.
The other guys are curious and already on their way to the retail stores. Don't worry about it.
Imagine that.
Just tell the other guys don't jump you when you reach the store.
Who are the other guys?
I don't know.
Yeah, we don't know.
But guys, thank you so much for being a part of what we're doing here and coming and share all this wonderful information with us today. Appreciate it big time.
You're welcome. It's always lovely to have you.
Yeah. And if Jade win,
we go in Miami, friend.
We go in Miami. So definitely looking forward to
Okay. All right. Bye.
All right, guys. Jade.
Yeah, it's 10 o'clock.
The week is over, Jade. Imagine that.
What a week this has been, boy. I made it. I've made it.
Looks like we made it. Anyway. But guys, it's been a pleasure hanging out with you all week. Thank you so much for being a part of what it is that we do here. Trust me, I say it daily, and I say it this way because I really, really mean it, and I really do appreciate all the support that we get from you guys. Listening, whether it's on Facebook, YouTube, WinMedia, SKN, any of the other digital media platforms, or if you're listening on your radio or someone else's radio.
Whoever. Once you're listening,
big up yourself, big time. Somebody said November going full speed. It's true.
Bye. We out. Listen, we almost out here, It's because they're so excited for the sugar mass activities, right? November is just a buffer.
You stop there, you're going to make November people jump me.
No, we're celebrating them still.
Oh, okay.
That they're going to come, but November just no greater things are on the horizon.
I tell you, nobody can bang me. Nobody can bang me. Them kind of people, them kind of talks there.
But Sugar Man. November people excited for Sugar Man stuff.
That's true.
Listen, you know what artists y'all seen in December alone? Kes come and take it, you know. Voice come and take it, you know. Jada coming back to saying it, you know. She making it shake again.
Jada.
I missed it the first time. So thank God I got me there the second time. Oh, I'm so excited.
Jada. Wow.
Yeah, man.
True. But guys, yes, thank you so much for being a part of what it is that we do here. It's Friday. I'm hoping that you guys stay safe on the weekend, that you guys take some time to recoup and recover. Spend it with your friends, your family, your loved ones, and definitely come back to Monday ready to face the week.
Well, I am going to...
Parker?
No.
Okay.
Yes.
Yes.
That is Sunday.
That is Sunday.
But on Saturday.
What happening Saturday?
I'm going sneakers and tees. Listen, Sensi, come in.
Watch it, right?
I don't have sneakers here.
I see people talking about it. So wait, you're supposed to wear a t-shirt and sneakers?
Yes, you have to wear your t-shirt and your sneakers. Wherever in the middle, that's up to you. Okay. But you have to wear a t-shirt and sneakers, so make sure you sort it out.
I wonder if I have a t-shirt by.
You must have a t-shirt, as him.
Jade, have you met me?
Yes.
When have you ever seen me in a t-shirt, Jade? Have you
There's
ever
places
seen?
to get those.
Yeah, that's I might have to get one.
Yeah. But come on out to 17 degrees for sneakers and tees, and then Sunday.
We're at Parker.
Boom
bam.
Indeed.
Oh.
And then Monday we're back here because the weekend is just 2 hours.
Of course.
What that Miss Sandra?
Miss Sandra Beach.
Was she here? Was she here out? Oh, today's a special day. She got she hot girl here out.
I'm telling you. But
before she starts,
let's go. But yeah, guys, thank you so much. Please remember to learn from the losses of others. All right. Also, remember to spend more time living your content than posting it. You need to come out with social media sometime. Yeah.
Telling you.
Just observe. You don't have to be the main character in the story.
Don't type nothing. Just watch and go.
Yeah, and of course, most importantly, please remember you can't be everybody's cup of tea because you is not a mug. Enjoy your weekend. We're gonna see you on Monday.